Hey guys, Tony here from Cart and Cloud. I'm here with Simon Brown, the General Manager of Rangeview, and we just sort of went outside. It's a lovely morning and I just thought we'd have a bit of a chat about transport and operations. And so Simon, you've been in transport now, a young fella, only in 18 months?
Yeah, so I haven't been in transport very long. Since I was 5, I always wanted to drive a truck, and however, I didn't realise that dream until 18 months ago, and decided to move away from what I was doing in the government space, semi-government space, and realise that dream. So, surprisingly, it wasn't my intention to get straight back into management, but that's just what happened, and an opportunity came along, and so I thought, yeah, that sounds good, and that sounds like something interesting to do. Yeah,
so a completely different role than what you were doing before, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, different in terms of the industry, but some of the general management stuff is similar in terms of dealing with people and whatnot.
Well, managing people is always the same.
It's similar.
But the industry a little bit different. Yeah.
It's certainly different. And look, it's been fantastic because it's something new, and there's plenty of challenges in this space. Yeah. But at the same time, saying that, there's a lot of things and a lot of challenges that are similar across any industry. That's my experience. So things in terms of organisational issues are similar and whatnot. So that's I suppose some of the things that I find exciting is that I can still apply a lot of the skills I have from my previous life and apply it to this role. So that's a good thing. My son asked me a while ago, he said, "Oh, Dad, you spent so many years doing engineering, blah, blah, blah. Wasn't that a waste of time?" And at the time I didn't say anything back to him, but then I would like to say, well, it wasn't a waste of time, because it does carry on to other industries. You don't have to be in the same industry to transfer those skills.
It's like we said before, you're learning something new every day. The day you stop learning is the day you die. Yeah. So it's good when when you've come from another industry, and I've been in this industry my whole life, but working across also, with other industries, and people management is people management.
Sure.
So tell us here about Rangeview. So how many trucks have you guys got here?
So Rangeview, we've got 5 prime movers. They're B double rated, and we've got, I'm probably going to get this wrong, but there's about 6 or 7 rigids, maybe 8 rigids that we've got. We've got, our prime movers are predominantly, they're all Scanias, and we've got a couple of Scanias, and that's basically where we're moving to because we have a great relationship with Scania, and so we they've been reliable and good for us. So that's where we'll spend our money in the future. So
and no doubt you get a chance every now and then to jump in a truck.
I certainly do. I'm moving into the role recently. I thought, I'm going to miss out driving, but I've been doing a lot of driving still. So and which I do enjoy. Because
it's good to sort of clear the mind, jump in a truck, go for a drive.
For sure.
And
I love it too, because you get to see the countryside, you go to see customers, you go to have a chat with them, ask them how's things going, is there any issues, and you can often solve things very easily. You can have a chat with them, and you can get some instant feedback.
Have you thrown your son in the truck yet? I had to ask, because that was one of the first things my boy said, can we go in a truck?
I've taken him on only a short trip. I picked him up one day and he went, this is awesome. Yeah. But I said, look, one day I'll take him out to semi, we'll do a changeover or something. And he said, I can't wait for that. So but I've got my missus wants to do it, and my dad wants to come, and so I've got a whole bunch of people who put their hand up. So I can't wait for that too, because it means I'm spending a bit of time with them. Showing them.
And it's like you said, as a kid you loved trucks. And I suppose when you've grown up around trucks and been around, it's sort of not much, but I didn't grow up around trucks, so when it come time to be able to jump in one, it was like a kid in a candy store.
Exactly the same with me. Like I think the first day I turned up, Matt said, I didn't have a license. He said, jump in the semi and turn it around there and back it in, and I was like, are you for real? You're going to let me drive a truck? I've got no idea. And I was so excited.
But it's funny, in the industry, that's how you learn. I actually learned how to back trucks in off of the back street in Albert Park in South Australia. So I could back a truck in, put it on the dock, no problems. Could I put it into second? No way in the world. So I could drive it in reverse, but not in forward, sort of thing.
Look, it's similar in my instance too, because I spent probably over a year back in semis in getting the experience before I got my MCHC licenses. But I could back a truck awesome, but I've never actually driven it forward.
Yeah, and it's always the way with operations people and and forkies and that, because you're always jumping in a truck, but it's always about going backwards and putting it on the dot.
Yeah, I've only been 10 k's an hour in a truck. It's frustrating. It's a little bit scary when you're going more than 20 k's an hour. You go, oh wow, this is different. So that's been fantastic, and like I've made a change in my career, and it was the best thing I ever did, because I just love trucks and transport, and I love being around trucks. It's just I don't know what it is. It's just something that I have a passion for. I'm not a truck nut. I don't know much about them, but I just love them. There's something about trucks that I find very, very I don't know, romantic's not the right word, but but it's when I get in a truck, I'm relaxed, and it's a nice place to be. So,
and good bunch of customers you're dealing with?
Yeah, so we've got some great customers. Look, the industry that we're in, we're not dealing generally directly with the public, so we've got regular customers that we know. We have relationships with, which is something that I'm passionate about. Is they're customers, but they're partners in our business, and it's a relationship that we try and nurture. I'm very passionate about that, and so that's something that is really nice, because you get to see the regular people every now and then, and you build up a rapport with them, and they're great, and they help out. So that's really nice.
And I think that's one of the biggest things which in this industry is that without the customers, there's no work. Without the trucks, the customers stop. So it is and I like the way you put it, that it's a business relationship. They're a business partner. Because you just can't,
and I say that's the way I see things with everything. Like, even if you've got a guy who repairs our hydraulics on the back of our tailgates, like he's a partnership. So we've got to behave in a certain way with him, like we would with anyone. It's not just someone we just use and so we just paid him money and off we go. It's something that we want to have a relationship with, and that's I find that to be I find that to be a good way to approach things.
Because always, in this industry, it's the guy with the tailgate who you need to call at 1 o'clock in the morning, because the tailgate won't go up, the truck needs to go, he needs to be being able to use that tailgate at 7 o'clock in the morning. And it is the business relationships you have with, whether it be a driver or the guy who fixes the tailgates or, the customer, all of the bits, because you rely on each other so much.
You've sort of put a bit more meat on the bone there. You're right. It's like they understand that you need to be out at 7 o'clock. They're not saying, oh, why are you ringing me at midnight? They go, no worries, I understand where you're at. I'm tired and I'm a bit grumpy, but I know what you need, and that's okay. So that's good. So
you're fitting in well into the industry,
I'm loving it. It's great, and look, like I said, the people have been fantastic. And, the transition was in some ways a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, in terms of just completely changing industries. So that was something that I encourage anyone to consider, wherever they are in their life, that if they want to make a change, not necessarily in transport, don't be afraid to do something about that, because I've found if you need to take some risk in your life, and I'm quite a conservative person, and it's taken me a long time to do it, but consider all the options. But I found it to be a good thing to do, and we'll never look back.
And what do you think about the technology with the logistics industry and where it's going? Where do you see the logistics industry heading?
Not being having a great deal of knowledge about the industry, but certainly what I see is a lot more technology integrated into whatever we do. And also that technology that being integrated with our customers, so that it's seamless. And as it's spread out across the country, whatever that might be. So customers are they're updated, pretty much real time. They know what's happening. They might know where a truck is. I know at the moment we don't give that information to our customers directly, but certainly that sort of information could possibly be shared, like they do with, with some of the the Australia Post. They have, like, this is where it's at. So customers can go and do their own. They can do their own self-service. So we don't have to. They don't have to ring us and bother us and hopefully get onto us when they need us. They can do it anytime they want. They can look at 3 in the morning. Where's that delivery? So look, I'm not sure where that whole industry is going, but I certainly see that as being something that could happen. I'm not sure.
Well, look, being honest, I think you're right. I think that's the way things are going. You know, nowadays, especially for the younger generation, everything's at their fingertips. You know, they can jump on the mobile device. They can see where their pizza is. They can see, you know, what they're going to buy from overseas.
Sure.
You know, they can all of these, you know, things, and they want it. They want to know now.
Yep.
You know, they won't wait. You know,
Yep.
they could never write a letter.
Yep.
You know, because it would take 2 weeks to get there.
Sure.
You know, so they want it now, and I think that's the way the industry with the information is going. Is that people want it, and if you can't provide that information, you know, then they'll move to somebody who can. You know?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I think people can then look up and say, "Oh, I know the truck's over there, so I know it's going to take an hour to get from here to here. So well, that's just what it is." And hopefully they can deal with that in their own way. They need to, if it's not what they expect.
No.
So,
all right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks, Tony.
It was great talking to you.
Appreciate it.
And we'll catch up with you guys on another podcast.